I really pity those who have sold their shares, and after selling, now we are getting information that the market is about to turn around. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edu, yesterday pledged that the federal government would adopt a cautious and consultative approach in implementing the recent enacted tax reform laws, particularly the contentious capital gain tax on security transaction. I'm going to show you also the tweet made by the chairhead in terms of the tax reform and see where the whole thing started off. I told you guys that the sell-off we are having is because of people are trying to restructure or to reposition their portfolio so that their gains that they made in 2025 will not be taxed in 2026. And that is why you're seeing this dip. And even after we're expecting it to bounce around this area, which would have been that it actually respected the FIB retracement level. But guess what? It actually disrespected it and moved straight to the 139, 137 before shooting up to 141. So these are some things we are going to look at before the market opens. And with this week, you will know that you're going to get a rebound because this area is a previous minor support and now it's coming around here. And if you check this area too, is a minor support that was disrespected around here before we got this part. So this area was actually respected, and we are actually supposed to bounce around this area, which I expect the market to return back to this area as the market will open today. So that is what we'll be looking at. I'll also show you the tweet that actually plan to change the market today. So without wasting time, my name still remains Investor Joseph, and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where we discuss and where you gain financial freedom via trade and investment. So in case you're just joining or in case you're just watching me for the first time, don't forget to support me by clicking the like button, and don't forget to drop a comment to let me know that you're a new subscriber. You never know, you never can tell. Anything is possible in this time that the market is doing anyhow. And this time that we are going to the close of the year. So just a quick update. Directorate change. So the London and Lagos 11 this ETH Africa, a leading provider of telecommunication and mobile money services with a presence in 14 countries. This is just information that they've changed director. And here we have some insider transaction. This is actually a purchase. You know, this is a purchase, even though they bought higher, because now the price of Zenith actually came down, which is actually a buy opportunity. If you missed it, you know, just like COVID, as I share with my previous video here, in case you've not watched it, go and watch it, this area here. Just like COVID, what happened during this COVID area? Most of those stocks that dip that very day, guess what? The price shoot up the next day. That is, anytime you see the market, because yesterday was the worst so far, and anytime you see the market like that doing all those things, it is the best time to buy. Look at Zenith. Look at Zenith. Look at Zenith. And today, maybe a lot of people are not informed about what has happened in the market. If we get another dip, it will be excellent and perfect to get Zenith at 50 naira, because I know Zenith long time is going to do 100 naira. So Zenith is another great one, and you can look at what Access is doing. So guys, stocks are actually on sales. Look at Access. Last time you said you like Access at what? At 20. Access is now at 20. What are you waiting for? You are afraid. But I'm here to share with you that everything has turned around. So you should take opportunity and take advantage. Yesterday, I was with my community member, sharing them up that the worst is over, because from experience, anytime you see the market bleeding so much in a day, we are getting close to the end. You know, the previous week started, the market started dumping gradually until we get to this point. But yesterday was massive. You can see the dip, and that marks the end of it, because the government will not open their eyes to see the market that is a barometer that measure the performance of an economy to just go down. Because what else are they going to use to measure the economy if the economy is actually doing well? In fact, if you are buying now, you are making money than most of the staff of Zenith. You are making money because they bought Zenith at 60 and 60, 59, 60 and 59. So now you will be getting it at 50, or you'll be getting it at 55 or 54. But guess what? I shared something with my community. I told them that just as any stock that you see that is doing full offer, they have the potential and tendency to do full bid. So watch out for today's market and watch out for tomorrow market. Most of those stocks are going to do full bid. And you can see these are the guys that are taking advantage of this. Let's quickly jump. You can see these guys took advantage of this DVC. This guy is buying at 57. They know something that you don't know. So this is some resolution passed based on Veritas resolution. So we don't need much of this. And we have Lasako Insurance, which is to inform the exchange, distinguished shareholder, this consequence. So no much information about this. So this is where I want us to pay attention to. And this is what will actually change the market trajectory. But before then, let's just look at some of the information here. This is a brief overview. So the recent discussion around, don't forget, this post was made 14 hours ago. So you will not say it's a old tweet. So the recent discussions around the impact of the capital gain tax, that is CGT, reform on the capital market have included some misinterpretation. I told you, because of this misinterpretation, that's why the market is really, really shaking. That is what added to the repositioning that a lot of retails and institutional investors are doing. And the market, like I said, the market does not like uncertainty. The market like certainty. So it's the misinterpretation and misinformation. Why detailed implementation guidelines will be provided through official regulation. It is important to clarify the critical issue at this stage. They are aware that this thing is actually affecting the market, and that is why I made the tweet that they are going to clarify the critical issue. So the new CGT framework represent a major improvement over the existing law. The reform makes investment in Nigeria capital market more attractive, reduces investment risks, ensures. I know all these stories. Maybe I'll drop the link at the description so that you can read it and comprehend it yourself. So I just want to share the key ones that will actually transform the market. These are the main objective to reduce investment risks, because that's why it's misinterpretation. Because aside the tax they are taking, which is from profits, and which we every investor is after money, taking it from them, something that we've not done all through our lives trading in the market, and now it's becoming new. It's not that too sweet and easy like that. So he said it's to reduce investment risk. So had it been they can do the tax, will not pay, and all these things will happen, a lot of investors will be happy. But it is not possible. So protect small and institutional investor by providing exemption for retail investors and tax exempt institutions such as pension fund and all that, to harmonize and simplify. One thing about the tax again, if you are in loss, it will also help. So you can upset your transaction and you will not pay tax. And if you look at the tax can be equivalent of what you are losing, so it will just balance up. And that is another thing. But before now, if you are in loss, you take your loss and nothing happens. So these are the key things that you need to know. Not too key per se. This is not where we are going, but just to share more light, because here talks about the payment and all that. So the flat 10% CGT rate has been replaced with the progressive income tax rate, ranging from 0% to what? To 30%. So now they are telling you that based on what you are going to gain, that is how the percentage is going to be. So depending on the investors' overall income or profit level, you get the point. So the top rate at 30%, which applies to large corporate investor, is expected to be reduced to 25% under the broader corporate tax reform. Then investor may now deduct certain costs that were previously disallowed under the old CGT regime, ensuring that they are not taxed on a net loss position. That is what I just explained. So these are some exemption. The following transaction qualify for exemption under the new CGT framework. So when disposal within 12 months, where total sales proceeds do not exceed 150 million and the total gains do not exceed 10 million, you are not going to pay tax. If your total profit for the year is not up to 10 million and the transaction does not exceed does not exceed 150 million. So the second one is reinvestment of proceeds into shares of Nigerian companies within 12 months qualifies for full exemption, where general exemption threshold is not where general exemption threshold is exceeded. So as long as you are not taking the money, you are not paying tax. So capital gain tax from foreign share disposal that are repatriated into Nigeria through CBN authorized channel, that also will not be paid. you not pay tax, and institutional investors that enjoy corporate income tax exemptions such as PFAs, these are exempted from CGT. Small companies with turnover not exceeding 100 million and total fixed asset not more than 250 million pays zero tax. So that is it. That is for small companies. So gains from investment in a label startup by venture capitalist private is not. So now, this is what changes the game. This is why I said the market is going to bounce back heavily today. So, this is it. For the purpose of CGT, effective from 1st of January 2026, the cost base for the existing investment will be reset to the higher of one, the actual acquisition cost, and two, the closing market price as at 31st December 2025, which is the main reason why you are seeing sell off in the market. Because if your profit is 20 million in 2025 and you cross to 2026 and you decide to sell, formally that money will be accounted as gain. You will not be explaining to anybody that this is not gain, you actually move it and all that. And that is why a lot of people want to sell and see if they can start buying by January. And I told you guys that a lot of money are sitting on the sideline, and I said they are going to invest that money this week. And because of this current information, they don't see any reason now not to invest, because things are very cheap. And now we've gotten clarification that even though the price you are making 500 million as profit from January 2026, it will be taken as what? As your purchase price. That will be your entry price. So going forward from 31st, the prices of those items from 31st. So what you need to do is the last trading day for 2025, you have to keep that price list. You have to keep that price list, because that is the price list you are going to use to argue any of your tax argument as we move into the tax era. So that is the information I want to give. And other informations here are allowable deduction. Investors can now deduct a wider range of legitimate costs, including realized capital losses, like I explained, on share disposal and transaction charges such as brokerage fee and regulatory levies, and expenses such as margin interest and realized foreign exchange losses proven to be incidental to the investment, while exchange gains would be treated as taxable. So these are just some short information I just want to share with you. Every other one, I think you can go through it. I'll drop the link, the Twitter link, and of course, you can just type it and you get it. So, filing and payment deadlines. So, individuals on or before 31st of March of the following year, companies within 6 months after the financial year. So, filing and payment, all applicable taxes are to be paid in Naira. So, registration and compliance. Resident investors are required to register for tax and obtain a tax ID. The non-resident investors can earn only passive income, that's dividends, gains, not required to obtain a tax. Then self-assessment, compliance mode, and all that. So you can go and read all these informations. They are very, very vital. I would not want this video to be too long. That is why I'm just picking the main one. So this is the cutting that is designed to actually move the market. So like I said, we'll be expecting a huge bounce from the market as the market opens today. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified to my posts and enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you all, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. I know you are not seeing me, but truly I'm giving you a hand to head salute. See you in the next one.